The third eye chakra. When the third eye is active, we receive pulsation in the forehead here as a communication to tell us what we're doing right now is aligned with our highest path. What's going on right now, be aware there's a deep message for you to understand. Bring attention right now, right here in the middle of the forehead. You can also start massaging clockwise with one finger. Listen to the frequency of this background lesson here. The feminine is here in front, going a bit up, and then the masculine is in the back, in the middle of the head, and a bit going down. So the third eye is like, it's not up and down, like it's not straight, it's a bit like horizontal. It's a bit inclinated. So feminine going up and masculine a bit down. Most of us, we bring too much attention to the feminine and we forget about the masculine. When the third eye chakra is under active blockage, because we don't use it. Because we have fear of the etheric world. We are stuck in this physical reality. We don't believe in the 99% that the physical reality cannot experience. The third eye is our sixth sense to understand, to connect, to see, to hear the 99%. There's no direct trap emotion affecting the third eye chakra, but I see sometimes betrayal or other lower chakra emotion having a domino effect on the third eye. So usually it's linked to an event that happened. So you can start scanning the emotional code. If it's the case, release those emotions and it should start activating right away. And then by bringing attention to that energy center as much as possible for 21 days, doing some practices, it's going to start activating. So with the third eye, we are using the four clairs. There's clairaudience, that is a sense of hearing, but it's not a different voice in our head. It's the same thoughts that we have, but we realize that it's not our thoughts. It's like an instant message. It's an instant sense of knowing. There's clairvoyance, where for me it's happening in the back of the head. I'm in total darkness and I can see some frequencies moving, some shades, but it's not lucid like I'm seeing right now with my physical eyes. So it's still like, okay, am I really seeing this? So I need to bring my attention to the heart center at the same time to feel the truth, to feel like a little expansion, to confirm what I'm seeing. And for me, the way it's working, I start seeing something and it's almost like I'm zoomed in. So I see a blue color. So I need to express it in my mind. Okay, now I see blue. And as I express it, the stories start zooming out. So I need to narrate somehow the story and it starts evolving. So now I see blue. Okay, now I see a blue phone cover. Okay, now I see a man using his phone that has a blue phone cover. Okay, now this man is walking in the street in New York City and then he's turning right and stumbling on this woman. So there's a whole story happening here. And it's all symbols. Like dreams, we need to start interpret. So what does that mean, the color blue? What does that mean, the city of New York? What does that mean, this type of symbols here and there? I search on Google spiritual meaning of this symbol. And I start interpreting all this story here. And as I find different definition of symbols, well, as I'm reading, I can use muscle testing. Is it that the meaning that I'm looking for? Yes or no? Or I can also just use my heart chakra, feeling truth or falsehood. The third eye is also linked to claircognizance, which is a sense of knowing. It's the instant download. You don't know where it's coming from, but it's like, hey, I know this. So it's like coming in your energy field. It's being uploaded, and somehow you feel that it's always been there, but you just remember now. An example of claircognizance, I was talking to a client about the contact of Ra, where they explain that the species on the planets of Mars blow up the atmosphere, and in 3 days, everything burned, everyone died. It was 3 days of darkness. And as I started explaining the story, he didn't let me finish, and he started telling me, oh yes, I remember. Our fingers, we had 4 fingers that were like that, and we were stuck in like cave, and he was telling me how they were looking like those species and everything in the whole situation. And I was just amazed because what he was telling me was exactly what was written and channeled in the contact of Ra. So for him, in that moment, it just came as a sense of knowing. It didn't really like saw visions because his eyes were open. He didn't really hear. It was like just in his DNA of the soul. And the last clair is clairsentience, where we feel in our body frequencies of others. So this happened a lot in healing sessions or coaching sessions, where for me, for example, I'm going to start feeling a little pain here in my belly, and it's basically showing me, hey, my client right now is having this pain in that section of the belly. Let's assess it. Let's see what is the trap emotion there. Why is it affecting the sacral chakra? So it's a form of intuition that mirrors what your client is going through. So those are the 4 clairs. The third eye is also linked to muscle testing, the pendulum. It's all sorts of intuition. It can be body intuition, like a sense of goosebumps. It can be a heart intuition, a pulsation in the heart telling you, okay, it's right. It can be a heart intuition combined with the third eye, telling me like, okay, what's going on right now, it's right. There's a small pulsation combining this. So there's multiple forms of connecting with your intuition, but all the time, this area of the third eye is being involved. When I do readings, let's say my third eye is at beginning of willingness 310, and then I'm going to start doing muscle testing. I'm using my heart to see if it's true or false, but I'm also using my intuition. I might have a sense of knowing. If I'm scanning emotion, I'm going to see the chart, and right away I'm going to see the right emotion that this person trapped. And instead of scanning it, it's like it's coming right in my face. And I always double check in muscle testing. It's always the right answer. But as I'm using muscle testing, as I'm using my intuition, and I'm scanning negative vibration, because those negative emotions are vibrating below 200 on the map, well, it's affecting my third eye. So my third eye energy start going down. So if it goes down to around 200, I'm going to start feeling lightheaded. And if it go down below, I'm going to start having headaches. Headaches because there's no more energy here passing through. Therefore, people living at a third eye underactive or blocked might start feeling some headaches here and there, but maybe they're not even aware of it because they've been living like that for so long. When the third eye is hyperactive, it's always linked to pride. So it's somehow someone that is trying to take energy from the third eye, trying to take sixth sense from others, taking channelings from others. It can be linked to nightmares, darkness of the etheric world, any type of like seeing dark beings and things like that. So there's different ways to start connecting with your third eye. If you want to start playing with clairvoyance, start trying to see colors. So if you close your eyes, try to see the color of a specific chakra that you're bringing your attention to. If you meditate with someone else, try to see the color of their aura, or tell them to bring attention into their heart center and try to see the green in their energy field. Another way to start connecting with your third eye is this exercise we're going to do in the practice, where slowly we're trying to build up clairaudience. So we take some nice breath, we bring attention in the heart, and then we say, "Dear guides, please step forward." And in my head, I say, "Dear guides, please give me one word." First word that comes to mind, as a sense of knowing, I open my eyes, I write it down. I don't analyze it, I don't second guess it, I flow with this. And then I ask after that, in my head, close my eyes, "Dear guides, please give me 2 words," and I write it down. "Dear guides, please give me 1 phrase," and I write it down. And then I do this process 3 times. And as I'm doing this, I'm building momentum. I'm building trust in my heart that I'm on the right path. And after this, I can transition towards easier question. I can start asking question about why this specific word that came in. And then I can start asking question of like, what are the things I'm trying to work on, the different blockages I'm trying to release, and so on. And as I practice this every day, I get better, and I start seeing when the answers are coming from ego and when it's coming from my heart. But nonetheless, there's always going to be distortion. And if it's ego answers, it's still good, because it's giving you a reflection on how your ego is thinking. It's giving you a reflection on what are the thought pattern of your ego that you need to assess. So anything is going to be a message, actually, if it's coming from the heart or the ego. Another way to start connecting with your third eye is to start acknowledging that you're receiving messages from your guides. So the most common one are the angel numbers. So if I see 2-3 times the same number, in a matter of 1 or 2 days, then this is a message. I can go on Google and write 333 angel number meaning, and then the first answer is the answer for me, because everything that is linked to the matrix, every second is linked to a message. It's a gift, it's a miracle. So this first answer is exactly what you need to receive. So it might be different, the meaning of a specific number for each person. After that is the flower kingdom. If I start seeing the specific flower 2 times in a matter of like a week or something like that, well, it's a symbol. Search spiritual meaning of that flower. An animal kingdom is another type of symbols. If I see tigers 2-3 times in the week, in paintings, on the internet, in real life, as a statue or whatever it is, well, I can research spiritual meaning of the tiger, and I can see the different meanings, and again, see muscle testing, what is exactly the message for me? Asking, okay, is it this one? Is it about confidence? Is it about strength? Is it about whatever the symbol is talking about? Another way to receive messages is I walk in the street and I hear someone talking on the phone or someone having a conversation, and I hear specific words that somehow are calling me. A sense of knowing of like, whoa, okay, I think that was a message. When you start thinking like that, it was a message. It can come also in songs. When we start singing in repetition, the specific lyrics of a song, well, this is a message that we need to assess. We need to reflect on. Another way to play is to go on Spotify and then go on the section of like where you can choose a random song and ask your guide just before, dear guys, please give me a message through a random song, and you click on random song, and it turned up to be a title of a song that is exactly the message you need to receive. Another way is to connect with tarot cards, oracle cards. Each time before, I'm bringing attention to my heart center, I'm bringing my attention my third eye, my crown, bringing attention above and coming back, and then I feel connected, and then I ask. It takes literally 2 seconds. So through all those forms of communication and symbols, I'm always connected to my intuition, always connected with my third eye, as everything in the living matrix is a clue to build our puzzle. Have fun exploring.